Hello everyone. Oh my god, so this is like my 10th time making this video. Hopefully this one sticks. So it's just basically I have a lot of updates and I'm kind of all over the place because it's been a weird couple days. So let's hope this one is the one. So let me start with my first update, the one sitting here. This is my boy Gabriel, my Dalzone Greta head on my Dalshato boy youth body, and I just wanted to show that I finally did his face up, and I actually really love it. It came out like super girlier than I thought it would, but then again, like, he's supposed to be a girl sculpt, so I think the face up just finally brought that out in him, but he still looks like a boy to me, and I love it. I love his gigantic lips and nose. I adore this sculpt so much right now. And as you can see, he is wearing a different wig. He's actually wearing my only doll, Team U, Tristan's old wig. So because this wig was too big for Tristan, but it fits him like absolutely perfectly. Like, perfect. So I decided it would be his new wig. And simply because the way I did the face up, I did it with blonde hair in mind because his old wig was like a blondish brownish color. So I was trying to go with something to match that, but unfortunately I think I went too blonde with it. Like, I made his face up like for this color of blonde hair rather than the darker one. So when I put the darker wig on him, I was just like, I don't like it. So I immediately gave him this wig and it's worked out remarkably. So Gabriel is complete. He just he does need some shoes, but he doesn't wear shoes a lot, so I don't know what to really get him in regards to that, because he is more his character is kind of like a homebody, because he's very sickly, and he stays at home and just surfs on the internet a lot. So like, he doesn't really have a need for like a uber pair of shoes, but I do want to get some, just because right now he's barefoot and it bothers me when my dogs are barefoot. So I plan to do something about that. We shall see. So here's the first update. Second update is that I got my Tom Hiddleston head. Yay! So after the whole ordeal, it turns out that my post office had the head the whole time. So yay! I'm glad that it was fixed and that it wasn't stolen. They were just holding it. They wanted me to pick it up, simply because of how it was shipped. It was shipped with insurance, so it was a good thing actually that I had to pick it up. It covers their butt and it doesn't have me lose like $100. So, so let me unwrap him here. Here he is, and you probably can't really see him, so I'll put this up. But yeah, there he is, cheekbones and all. And I really adore him. I know he's hyper realistic, so he's not everyone's thing. So I 100% get that. I wasn't even sure he'd be my thing until I think I definitely did tell a saga of how I was going to end up canceling him until I saw the head, and just fell madly in love with it. And now I'm super glad I got it. Also glad that they accidentally didn't send enough white skin heads, so I opted to take the normal skin one, because I thought it was, at the time I thought I was going to get another head, which from the second Tom Hiddleston pre-order. So I was like, I'll just switch that to white skin and get the normal skin now. But I've decided that his character, I just want the one head because I want him to kind of be like a special character, and so I thought having two would just take away from that. And I'm glad I got him normal skin because I really like the way this looks, and I don't think I would have liked white skin nearly as much. So I got him. He, of course, will be joining my collection of floating heads, of which I still have two. My Little Rebel 808 head and my Andre Pajic head. That kept the Harlequin head. There we go. They are still waiting for bodies, but unfortunately, I've become one of those doll owners that I collect heads that I really, really don't want to miss out on, and the bodies like are low on the list. It's really unfortunate, but it's true. So, and plus, I need to find a resin match for him. And someone said they had found one that was perfect, so I'm hoping she shares, but it just depends. I mean, I can understand if she's like, no, I just want to be the only one with their body, but you never know. Hopefully, she's nice and lets me know. So, yeah, he joins that collection, and I'm actually getting more floating heads. Two more. One is the Bill Cullet's head I've been waiting for from Nobility Doll. They're mini-me-like service, which I think has a name, but I can't remember. But it's from Nobility Doll, and he's gorgeous. I've seen pictures of him already. He's in the mail to me, I believe. He's in the mail. If he's not in the mail today, he will be tomorrow. So I should have him by next weekend. Same with my other floating head, which is a little Rebel 07 head, who will be the brother of my LR08 head. So they will be going in the floating head box, and hopefully I'll move up the getting bodies thing higher up on the list. But I have whole dolls I have on the list, and I don't know, there's something more satisfying about getting a whole doll than getting a body for a head. I know that sounds silly and really stupid, but yeah. So they may be floating until like sometime next year, but that gives me plenty of time to calculate, how much they'll cost, and find really good resin matches and things like that. So I'll just learn some patience. But I have patience with my floating heads. I really do. But unfortunately, with my floating body, I did not have patience. So I'm actually getting another head. So this makes a total of 3. But this third head has body. It's actually his old body, which was the girl body, 62 centimeter doll's own body. I could not have a floating body around. It was driving me nuts. So I went looking for a head. I was going to get a Richie Doll Cho or Gina, or a Fairyland People 60 Merwin, which would have been the harder of the 3 to find. But out of left field, I saw this post on Tumblr for this head that I had adored when it came out. Like when I first saw it, I fell in love with it. It's a Kendo Kokoro Rosita head, and I first saw it posted on Den of Angels, and I just fell in love. But of course, it was during a time when I did not have the money for it. I believe I was still saving for moving, and it was just really depressing because I hate when I see something like I actively really want, like not the passing ones. Like Zoom is always a passing one. Like they'll release something, I'll be like, oh, I really want that, but those are usually the passing ones. They're like, oh, I can't get that. I don't want to have a character for him. I just want him because he's pretty. But this head I wanted because she was gorgeous. So while looking for a head for this body, I saw the Tumblr post, and all the other heads that I had planned for just out the window, and I immediately bought this head. So I have a Kendo Kokoro Rosita head coming my way. Actually already shipped out. I plan to track it tonight and see where it is. This is actually going to be my first item that is banned from Den of Angels. I found that out after I bought it, which was really unfortunate because when I did a Google search trying to find a thread for it, I found an old wiki entry on Den of Angels that made me assume that it was not banned, but it turns out it is. It's banned because the girl who sculpted it is banned, not for any particular reason, like it's a recast of a head or anything like that. So I just will deal with that since it's not been for a negative reason about the sculpt itself. I will just be like, okay, and I will share it in the places I can, which is Tumblr, Flickr, etc. And she's so gorgeous that it's okay. I don't need to show her on Den of Angels. I haven't really posted doll pictures on Den of Angels for a bit, except for when they were off topic. Then I posted a couple pictures because, you know, things get lost in the gallery heads and whatnot. So, so I ordered her, and I have her character all lined out, and I plan to introduce her once I get her head, her dress that I ordered, her leggings, and her wig, which is my first ever wig from For My Doll, which I hope is as good quality as people have said, because it was $27, and I know this is ridiculous, but I usually don't spend that much on wigs. And I know people are out there like, that sounds cheap compared to blah blah blah, but it's true. I don't usually spend that much. So yeah, so those are all the things that are incoming. As for other plans, I do actually have other plans for dolls. I think I've solidified these plans. I hope. Like, this is hoping nothing else comes along to steal my attention. But I think my next major doll purchase will be my Doll Chateau, my Doll Chateau Olivia and Doll Chateau Pierre's kids. And I was going to get them a Bella and a Colin, or Bella and Hugh for their kids. But not like I was selling for them. I think those sculpts are gorgeous. But I wasn't too excited, but they have children in my story, and I really wanted to doll them so I can get the whole family complete for some photos I'm thinking of doing. But so I had put that off till next year, but then Doll Chateau had to come out with their two new MSD dolls, which are Queena and Douglas. And I fell instantly in love. I fell in love with them as instantly as I did with their parents. So I figured it was meant to be. So I plan to get them both. It will be on a fairly long layaway, but I figure Doll Chateau will probably be a little backlogged, so they won't have to sit at mint on card too long, I'm hoping. So I'm planning to get them, and I'm hoping to order during the event so I can get the event doll Ada. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I want to get her to be a friend for Cecile, because I'm trying to get Cecile just more acclimated into my collection. So I want to get her the Ada to be like a friend of hers. I actually plan some more things with Cecile. I plan to get the friggin' oobs that I want to get her, and I actually plan to make a diorama for her, which I haven't done in forever, but I'm definitely going to try, and I'm going to try it with the plywood, but unfortunately I have nothing to cut plywood with, so I'm hoping the store will do it, but that's a whole long thing that I'm thinking about, so I don't know if it'll come into fruition, but if it does, then I will do a whole big thing about it, because thinking about it. So those will probably be my next doll purchases, and it'll happen next month, depending on how much I get paid. And I've been working overtime just to make sure I can put down 2 payments on them, and in hopes that I don't have to pay for them in January. Like, I'm going to ask my own card, can I go ahead and put down these 2 payments and have my next payment due in February, which is after OhioCon, and then I can have my money freed up in January. So we shall see. So besides that, the only other things I have that I want to do is just two major maintenance things. And they're actually major for me, but everyone else is probably going to think, oh, this is so lame. But they're major for me because, one, when I first did Vi's face up. That's my boy and girl Sky, who you haven't seen in a while, simply because I really want to redo his face up. So I haven't been taking pictures of him because I can't, like, he's still like super pretty and super cute, but his face up's driving me nuts because it's not his character. And I know it's not, and I know it hasn't been his character since I've done it, but at the time it was the best I could do. But I think I could do better now, so I'm thinking I'm finally getting the nerve to redo his face up, which is exciting for me because I told myself when I felt more confident and felt like I was getting better at face ups that I would redo his face up like as soon as possible, and I finally am to that point. So I'm thinking of redoing his face up. It would be next weekend because I'm still trying very much to do nano, even though I'm failing, but people have inspired me, so I'm still trying. So it'll be next weekend at best when I do that, but I am thinking about it. But the next one is like really major, like more major than Vi. It's Rye, my dolls and wing too. And as if you've watched my videos, I mean, I don't know who's watched all of them or enough of them to understand how major it is for me to even want to do Rye's face up when I have claimed over and over that I would not touch his factory face up because I came up with reasons for it that I'm now wondering if I came up with them because I was afraid, because he's my first dog and I'm afraid of doing anything wrong with him. But at the same time, since all my dolls now, for better or for worse, they have my face ups, so they're waiting for my face ups. And I just feel like Rye with his factory face up just doesn't fit in as well as with my other dolls, because his face up is not at all in the style I would do it. For starters, I would not use brown in his face up because his character just his character would probably require more pink in tones in his face up rather than brown, which is what Delzone went with. I would change his eyebrow color because the brown eyebrows actually have been bothering me since I got him. Like the rest of the face up, like I love, but the eyebrows drive me nuts. It's mostly the position of them that bother me the most, but also because how glaringly different the color is against his white hair, and not in the good way. Like if I did black eyebrows, it'd almost feel like that'd be better than just the brown he has now. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it, and I think I might just do it. But I'm definitely giving myself to next weekend, and I'm going to plan it out and really think it through before I go through with it, because I don't want to wipe it and regret it. And it could be that I'm just feeling antsy about him or something, or maybe I'm just in the mood to do face ups. So I don't want it to be like an impulse that I regret going through with. So we'll see. If I do actually do it, I'll definitely let you know, because I'll let you know pretty much about everything. So yeah, I think that's actually it for updates. To me, that was a lot, but I don't know how much that was for you. And thank you very much if you watched this video. I'm very actually grateful for anyone who watches my videos, because I know I'm rambling and kind of very much all over the place. Even when I try to write down the things I want to say, I really do still go all over the place, because one thing reminds me of another. And it's just nuts. So, like, if you watch these videos, thank you very much. Because what can I say? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be this way. Probably because I'm still nervous in front of a camera. I really am. But I always want, like, talking out my updates. Especially since I don't have, like a friend's house I can go over and be like, oh, these super cool things are happening. They're like, yay! Because my friends really don't care. So, I mean, to be like really, like, brutally honest, they could care less about my dolls. But hey, at least, you know, someone out there may care. And yeah. So that is pretty much it for now. I will introduce the heads as I get them in, and I will introduce my completed girl once she actually is complete and has her stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching.